Okay, so today I'm going to look at, I'm not going to do lots of different weapons. I'm going to just pick up a hand axe and a shield, but I'm going to talk about how to fight against daneaxe. Not competitively, like I did last time, or for a test, which is very basic, but it teaches you what to do. I'm going to talk more philosophically, so I'm going to include the single-handed spear in this for display. So most people, when they face daneaxe, it'll be because they're at a weapons display. They say the words, "This is the terror weapon of the age." You know, most people don't really want to fight it. Cut a man and a horse in half, pick it up. So it doesn't really work if you then step forward and kill him in the first blow. We need you to sell how to fight daneaxe. So for most people, this is going to be their experience fighting a daneaxe for the first year or two, I would imagine. So I'm going to say a couple of the basics. Don't treat it like you're being hit with a sword and spear and just put your shield in the way and get out of the way, because it doesn't sell the power of the daneaxe. Don't kill the daneaxeman technically perfectly with your first move, because it makes the speaker look like an idiot, and people wonder why people were scared of daneaxes. Let the daneaxeman look good. It's a display element. No one is judging your fighting ability. If your family are in the audience, you want to look good, wait till he's killed 2 or 3 people and then go out and do it. You know, don't come on all tough guy first move out. So there's this really simple approach. You can, if you want, go out and look terrified. You know, you can be, oof, I don't want to do it. Helps if you're a bit terrified. But we don't want you terrified of daneaxe men. Or you intimidated to take them on. But our daneaxe men are very highly trained, and Paddy does maintain very good standards in the tests. So if they are smashing through shields without meaning to, you know, this is a break shield, which I'll talk about in a little bit. If they're smashing through shields unintentionally, you know, when your shield goes up there, their axe should be stopping on the shield, not through the shield. Maintain your own safety. That's getting your distance right. Everything I've taught so far about not putting your body in the swing of an axe blow is exactly the same. If the axe is coming directly from my body there, get out of the way, you know, or step back, or step to the side, so that arc isn't going to accidentally hit you if it does go through. Take responsibility for your own safety. The axeman will be doing his part. And the other thing is act. It's very, very hard to show you without someone being here. But if I go, even if I've done it technically and stepped out of the way, I look bored. If, however, the axe hits me and I go, I look overpowered. It does take a bit of getting used to doing it in public. You are acting like a prat. It can look good. It can even be competitive. The very best fighters will respond like that, and if you're 2 or 3 dead bodies on the ground already, they might go and land a blow. As long as it's done in control. You know, there's a difference between bang and swinging wild and daggering to the side, and as your feet go, you can't see me off camera, as your feet go to there, going daneaxemen aren't supposed to be invulnerable though. You know, I'm saying let them take a guy or 2 out, take it from on a hot day. Anyone who lets you go to 5 people is not your friend. You know? It's a very cardiovascular weapon. You're probably wearing mail, you're wearing a helmet, you're wearing gloves, you're moving around a lot. Yeah, probably don't want to be out there for 5 minutes as an axeman. So it's all going in, giving you clear targets. One thing with the hard hits, and I've made this mistake myself many times over the years, and I'm sure other daneaxemen have, is there's a difference between and if I can accelerate just a tiny bit, not to full damage levels, as I hit the boss, it may hit, if I get that wrong and hit the wood, I'm hitting the wood too hard. If anyone complains about it, I just apologise. I won't try and explain why I did it. I did something wrong. That after they've seen, lots of very controlled, competitive fighting with a sword and axe, to hear that big boom with the two-handed weapon, it gets an ooh from a lot of audiences. So I apologise now, that might happen. But so first, imagine you're the first guy out. Don't come out, perfect. Don't perfect it. If you're the first guy out, you kind of swallowed your pride when you did that. And I always appreciate the guys who do this, because they make me look fantastic. They make every daneaxeman look great. They, there's something to be said about standing in the field with a pile of bodies around you that you didn't earn. It's not like I've gone into a circle with my daneaxe and put 5 guys on the ground. The first 2 have voluntarily come out and hit the ground. Sometimes the first 5 or 6 have. But it's acting. So if the force of the blows come from there, go that way. If the force of blows come from there, go that way. A good friend of mine has a habit of, as the blow comes and he steps in, but he doesn't step in and get rid of his weapon. He steps in and we end up grappling. We're doing the punches to the face, not so much the knees. I've learnt the knees. It's hard to control how hard you hit. The kicks and the punches and rolling around on the floor. That's quite good fun. Again, maybe not if you're the first guy out. If a daneaxe hits you, I mean, stagger. So as those hits are coming in, you might have a plan what you want to do. Normally, daneaxeman either wins after 3 or 4 people. And he gets to stand there and rattle off his name and show off. It's good if at least 2 of those he's actually earned. People come out and they actually go into competitive fighting. The daneaxe head comes forward and the guy who's fighting starts doing a bit of this. It's good if it's still got an element of display. There's a difference between, tippy-tappy fighting, actual competitive fighting, and big, going for bigger blows, but still looking for openings, and full shield bashing. I would personally aim against the daneaxe for one of the 2. I don't know if anyone's seen that advert for some beard oil company, and they've got 2 guys who are fighting, and the guys are all sitting there going, they look like gods. They look like amateurs to me. Horrible thing to say about probably fellow reenactors, but this guy with the sword and shield is kind of very pokey, and he doesn't look like he's actually being competitive, and the guy with the 2 weapons doesn't have the confidence. And it's staged fight. It's not 2 guys really going for it. It's one of those they probably need to rehearse a little more. If they were competitive, if they were competitive and professional stuntmen, it would have looked way better. But let's not end up like this because you're scared of the weapon. Let's still keep it, competitive fighting. you don't need to go all the way to this, you know, telling him you want to hit the shield, you know, you want him to hit the shield. Go in, look at him. Daneaxeman should be good enough. I mean, quite often this is when I get my first feint in anyway. But he should be good enough, you know. But just don't, if you go to there, step back. If you only get to there, step sideways. Quite often at this point, you'll get 2 or 3, and I've seen the 5, 10 guys gang up on the daneaxeman. There's a couple of bodies on the ground. He's had a competitive fight and a couple of show fights. That's beautiful. It's really good, actually. As an axeman, I love that. You're making me look good because you're scared, so you come in a group. I get to lie down and have a drink of water afterwards, and it gives it a nice ending. Small shows that might not be possible, big shows, that's great. Come and hunt us. We'll get you later. That's really it. There's no real difference between either of the sidearms. I'm thinking on this or the single-handed spear. So I'm not going to do different videos for different weapons. How you fight with it. This isn't about competitive combat and how you hold them and how you move differently with a hand axe and a sword. This is about acting, and it's something that we some of us do well, some of us don't do well. It's something we can always work on. Yeah, thanks guys.